afternoon from the sleepy little village of Nalatanya, also known as Dalhousie. I am here because tonight at the wee hour of 2:30 a.m. I'm going to start my ascent of Adam's Peak, which is that giant mountain behind me. It's the highest mountain in the region, and it absolutely dominates the skyline. And it is basically a huge pilgrimage site for people of all religions, from Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. And the reason for that is because at the top of the mountain there is an imprint that looks like a footprint. And so Buddhists believe that this is the footprint of the Buddha. And so in the local language, Sinhala, they call it Sripada, which means sacred foot, is the name of the mountain. In English, they call it Adam's Peak, because Christians and some Muslims and some Christians believe that the footprint is that of Adam and Eve, one of the first human being on earth. They believe that actually the Garden of Eden was here in Sri Lanka. And the Hindus believe that it's the footprint of Shiva, the god Shiva. And so they have a different name for the mountain that calls it the sacred Shiva footprint. So every day, every night, starting around 2:30 a.m., pilgrims wake up from their cozy beds and they start hiking to the top to get there for sunrise. Apparently the sunrises there are absolutely epic, and it is tradition to be there for sunrise and to make an offering to the gods. There's a temple on top of the mountain. So it's something that I think most Sri Lankans try to do regardless of your religion. And it's a popular activity for tourists as well. So I'm really excited. I'm a bit nervous getting up at 2:30 a.m. and climbing for 3 hours up and 3 hours down, but it should be fun. Good morning, everybody. It is 2:30 in the morning. I'm just heading to the starting point of Adam's Peak. Believe it or not, it's a little active out here. There's a few dozen people, some pilgrims who are about to start the climb. It's about a 3-hour climb, so starting at 2:30 or 3 gets you at the top right in time for sunset. So let's do this. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Am I almost there?
Yeah. You are one time in Dubai.
So we've already started taking a few steps towards Adam's Peak. And as you can see so far, it is fully paved, and actually there are steps all the way to the top of the peak. So in some areas they're quite wide and easy to climb, and towards the top it gets a lot steeper and more difficult. And how many steps are there? Well, I have the answer to that. There's over 5,500 steps. So what does that mean? For me as a Canadian, I equate things to the CN Tower in terms of how tall they are. And the CN Tower has 1,700 steps. So today, I'm about to climb about 3 CN Towers and then come back down. So I've been walking for about 30 minutes. Hasn't been so steep so far, but you know, I'm definitely feeling just a little bit tired already, which is a little bit discouraging, but I've really come to appreciate seeing all the different types of people who I've passed going up or down already. You really appreciate that people of all different shapes and sizes and ages decide to do this hike to Adam's Peak or Sripada. And the reason is because it's a very important pilgrimage for people of many religions. For me, this is mostly just a hike, but for many others, this is an important religious experience. And I'm really trying to appreciate and stay with that. The Indian poet Tagore said something like, "The definition of love is pure comprehension." In that sense, I'm trying to accomplish this hike, this pilgrimage today, with a feeling of pure comprehension, or as close to that as I can get. Comprehension of myself, my body, my mind, my fellow human beings, my fellow pilgrims. And in that sense, perhaps I can accomplish this walk, this pilgrimage in a spirit of love. The last 100 meters. Okay, well, we're almost at the top, but it's impossible to get up there. The entrance to the temple is right behind me, but as you can see, it is just a crush of human people. And I just can't get any closer, and the claustrophobia was starting to get to me, so we're gonna make our way down a little bit. We're just at the peak, and see if we can't get a glimpse of the sunrise. Making our way down now. The sun is starting to reveal itself, but it's a cloudy morning, so not much to see yet. So I found a spot on a rock right next to the pathway where I'm just going to sit. It's been about 3 hours of standing and hiking. Made it to the top in the human crush and decided to turn around, and now we're just about 50 meters from the top where I found a quieter spot, and just going to enjoy the crowd and enjoy the sunrise. So overall, it's a pretty rainy, cloudy, misty morning. We did get some glimpses of the sunrise, as you saw, but not much luck in terms of one of those glorious Adamspeak or Sri Lanka sunrises that I've heard about. But you know, it was still a great experience to walk with the thousands of pilgrims, maybe over 10-15,000 people who were climbing and descending this peak this morning. Good morning. And just to be part of that process, part of the devotion, the faithful, I really appreciated that. And getting up at 2:30 a.m. to join the masses was part of the experience. So even though we didn't get to see a great sunrise, it was still a beautiful experience. And here comes the rain. As I'm walking down the final few steps of the climb to Adams Peak, I'm kind of reflecting on one thing I like about this is the equality of it. There's no escalator, there's no elevator, you can't pay extra money to get to the top quicker or easier. Everyone here is equal. We're all here, have to climb up and down our own 2 feet or with the help of others. And there's something beautiful about that. There's a unity and connection with all the other people here, knowing that we all did this journey and we did it of our own will, our own power, and we did it together. Okay guys, that is it. I am back in the town. It's about 8 a.m. so about 5.5 hours to get up to the top and come back down. I didn't take any breaks going up, but coming down I stopped for tea towards the bottom. However, the last 100 meters or so towards the top, the peak, I was in that line for about 45 minutes, and I got to the top and it was just like so busy that I couldn't stay there any longer. So yeah, about 5.5 hours. I'm absolutely destroyed. I met a guide yesterday who told me that he once did this climb twice in one day, I don't know how that's physically possible, but yeah. So what do you think? Would you climb these 5,500 steps to get to the peak? Would you join these pilgrims in this great walk to the top of Adam's Peak or Sripada? Or would you rather just stay in the hotel and have a coffee? That's fine too. I'm looking forward to some coffee or some tea and a nice breakfast and a shower. So see you later.